to the city streets, we began to feel the fire.
The next afternoon, the divorce agreement showed up on Jungkook's office desk. The signature at the end of the paper looked like a furious creature. Watching his own boss gradually pull down his face, Minggu took a step forward and said, "Mr. John, I have confirmed with the maids from the Rose Mansion just now. Mrs. has moved out last night and she did not take anything other than her personal items." Jungkook closed the divorce agreement file and tossed it casually to the side. Jungkook, what is she playing with me this time? Mingyu did not answer. She was not his wife though. How could he know the little fun between them married couple? Jungkook did not expect to hear any useful answer from him too, and he said bluntly, "Get out." Minggu walks back after taking 2 steps. "Mr. John, the necklace you ordered from Paris has arrived, so..." That was initially a 3rd wedding anniversary gift which Jungkook wanted to give Warren. Yet it looked like it had gone to no well now. Jungkook, throw it away. He spoke icily. Mingyu, yes. Jungkook picked up the divorce agreement once again after Mingyu left. His eyes fell onto the signature part. He sneered, and there was an apathetic look on his face. How would an evil woman who could go great lengths to achieve her purpose be willing to sacrifice and put up a tragic show? Beg him to save her by dragging at his sleeve at the Twilight Club? Force him to marry her by claiming she was pregnant? Suddenly have her conscious? It must be that she had a new purpose. Jungkook crumbled the paper in his hand and tossed it in the dustbin. Warren had been waiting at home for a few days, and she did not receive any message from Jungkook. The messages she sent did not receive a single reply as usual. First day's message: "Have you received the divorce agreement? I have signed it. Please tell me if you have time so we could go through the formalities together at the Civil Affairs Bureau." She sounded big-hearted, considerate, gentle, and obedient. Second day's message: "Hi, have you seen my message? Is there anything about the divorce agreement that you are unhappy with?" She sounded cautious and was bold enough to ask for confirmation. Third day's message: "Mr. John, I know you are busy with your work, but could you please take some time to divorce me?" She sounded restrained, reserved, and preserved. Fourth day: "Come on, Jungkook. Could you please be more efficient for the divorce? If you really don't want to see me, hurry up and finish the procedure, and then we will not see each other over again. Okay?" Since she could not endure it anymore, there was no need to her to endure it. During the 5th day, Jungkook has turned on friend verification function. "You are not friends. Please send him a friend request to start chatting after being accepted." Warren sneered. What a bee. She instantly put down her phone and got up, heading to the Twilight Club. Yet, it looked like she had quite a bad luck. She did not manage to wait for Jungkook, but had encountered his next future wife. Somi had initially promised to have a meal with her friends there. Seeing moment she reached the entrance, she instantly smiled with contempt, walked towards her on her high heels, and teased. Could it be you are still not willing to give up and want to look for Jungkook here? Wan glanced at her with a level look and did not speak a word. Seeing her being a docile, Shomi felt more exhilarated. Shomi, how could you be so shameless? I have told you I'm pregnant. How could you still refuse to let the position as Mrs. Jungkook? Don't you know how unbearable it is to see you struggle to stay? Why? Is that so? But no matter how unbearable it is, it's still incomparable with the mistress who wants to ruin others' marriage. Wan's listless words made Shomi startled for several seconds, and she only reacted after that. She was so mad that her face went pale and she raised her hands wanting to slap her. Wan snatched her wrist and gave her a hard ass in the face without hesitance. Wan, I didn't argue with you before because getting pregnant with Jungkook's child is your own ability, but that doesn't mean you can use this to keep on bragging in front of me. Why? Do you feel the superior being a mistress? Wan's ass had caught many attentions from people around them. Shomi's face flushed and went pale at the same time. She wanted to retrieve her hand, but she could not match Wan's strength. She yelled, Shomi, don't you make unfounded accusation against me? I'm not a mistress. It's you shameless enough to refuse letting the position as Mrs. Jungkook. You disgust Jungkook. Why? Don't you think that what you said is kind of illogical? Shameless or not, I'm still Jungkook's real wife. I have to thank you too, because the child in your tummy is the evidence of him sitting on me. Do you believe that I will sue both of you and manage to succeed? I will make sure he leaves the marriage without being able to take any property with him. Do you want to make a bet? Shomi winded her eyes in disbelief. Don't you dare. Try it. Although it was July turning August and was hot summer at the moment, the voice of the man from behind was so cold and icy that made the ear of her back boosted. Wine was startled and she slowly loosened her gaps towards Shomi's waist. Shomi immediately ran to Jungkook's side. She covered the part of her face being slapped and tears flowed from her eyes. She cried sadly. Jungkook's eyes fell onto her and she raised his head, looking at Ryan. His eyes were cold and the words he said lacked any warmth. Should I introduce a lawyer? The corners of Ryan's lips twisted. Ryan, no thank you. Was he joking with her? How would she have the money to hire a lawyer to engage herself in a litigation that was both time and energy consuming? She was only trying to scare Shomi. Jungkook took a step forward. He turned his head slightly to the side and spoke with a voice only both of them could hear. Jungkook, so that's what you meant by leaving marriage without taking any property in the divorce agreement? Wan raised her head and saw the blatant, cold light in his eyes. She instantly got what he meant and wanted to explain. Wan, no, Jungkook, money could no longer satisfy you. What you want is a John group, right? Without waiting for her to answer, he continued. If not, what is the purpose of you putting up a divorce show this time? Lee Wan, have you overestimated yourself? If I have really signed it, the price you pay would be far too dear. Wang smiled when she made his sarcastic eyes. Then please do sign as quickly as possible, Mr. John. We will see each other at the civil affair bureau. Jungkook spoke with an indifferent tone. Jungkook, after I sign, what do you plan to do afterwards? Sue me while taking the divorce agreement as the evidence. Wayne still maintained her smile and she replied, you have thought too much. Mr. John, could we make it quick and free ourselves from this agony? If you're still worried about it, I can write a letter of guarantee for you. I promise that after we divorce, I will not blackmail you a single penny with any purpose. And further, I will also put my thumbprint on it to make it legal valid. Is that okay? Jungkook probably did not expect that she would be that determined, as if she was so eager to get rid of him. His eyebrows unnoticeably twisted, and his thin lips slightly pursed. Seeing them talking for too long, Somi quickly stepped forward. Somi, Mr. John, let's go. I'm feeling a bit unwell. Wayne once again looked towards her and reminded her kindly. Miss Min, I suggest you to not wear such high heels and put on such a thick makeup and wear such a strong perfume in the future. You will only be taken advantages by those terrible men, and the ones who suffer would be you and the child in your tummy. Jungkook was speechless. What was she implying? After finishing, Wayne retrieved her look with a cool vibe and left. The moment Wayne left, Shomi's friends, who had been watching the fun, all went to her and flirted. Shomi, Mr. John really defended for you. That women's expression just now was too amazing. Yeah, Mr. John is too handsome. I'm so envious of you to have such a boyfriend that's willing to stand out for you. Shomi's friend, I have to say, Shomi is right. That woman is truly shameless. Shomi's already gone pregnant and she still refuses to divorce. Jungkook slowly retrieved his look and glanced at them. He spoke. Jungkook, is there something wrong with your brains? No matter how much he disliked Wayne, he would never go as far as cheating in a marriage that would become a scandal. Those at the scene, including Shomi, were all shocked and they had no idea what they said had offended him. Jungkook then continued. Give me an explanation for the pregnancy issue. Those words were directed to Shomi. Shomi grabbed her dress nervously. Shomi, I had that Mr. John has always disliked that woman. Therefore, I found an excuse to let her divorce with you. Jungkook interrupted her with a slightly gloomy look. Jungkook, don't think that I don't know what you are planning. Using such a reason to force me to marry you, having Lee Wayne alone is enough. If I hear such a rumor again next time, you know the consequence. Shomi bite her lip and did not dare to speak. Her friends only heaved a sigh of relief when Jungkook left. They then asked Shomi's friend, Shomi, isn't Mr. John your boyfriend? Why did he talk to you like that? Shomi's face was pale. Jungkook had bought her to quite many bonquets recently, and he did not stop the spreading of rumors regarding their relationship. Therefore, she had naturally thought she was the woman by his side. It was due to that she deliberately went to the John's house and wanted Wayne to give up her position, even making a fake pregnancy test report. But from Jungkook, what Jungkook had said just now.